What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We've got Swiatek, Queen of Clay, back on court again. First match she played, she absolutely smashed it. Now she's taking on Lee. In the second round, we've got Eala and Sonmez taking on Siniakova and Townsend in the doubles. It's getting crazy. So much going on right now. The Siniakova double faults, 15-0. But here she is. The Queen is back on clay. I think Swiatek and Lee have played before. Nope, they've never played. First time meeting, but being on clay, you would say that Swiatek is the advantage, or has the advantage. 15-0 as Siniakova serves again. Do you reckon Lee any good versus Swiatek? I mean, the way Swiatek played the other day, I'd expect Swiatek to just crush it again. Siniakova with a fault, second serve. As Eala returns back into Siniakova. Eala forehand is short and the smash put away by Townsend. And it's 30-15. 30-15. By the way, chat, we've almost got 2,500 people in the house for a doubles match. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to sub. If you haven't already, wait, what was I saying the other day that was really stupid? Forgotten. One thing. Volley from Townsend's good, 40-15. Sorry, no, she missed the volley. Wait, what? She missed it, 30-all. She missed it? 30-all. All right, chance for Eala Sonmez to get the break again. 30-all. As a return goes in from Eala, Siniakova with a slice on the stretch. Eala's in control here. Siniakova backhand. Eala then... No, Siniakova hit it long. 30-40. Break point to the besties. 30-40. As with a backhand now from Siniakova to the front of Sonmez. She shanks it to the back of Siniakova. Sonmez backhand. Again, the back of Siniakova. Sonmez on the attack. Siniakova backhand on the stretch. Sonmez goes into the front of Siniakova. Sonmez to the backhand again. To the backhand of Siniakova. Sonmez backhand again. Eala should come to the net. As with a backhand from Siniakova goes long. And they break again. They're going to serve for the second. And then we're going to have a 10-point shootout. Eala Sonmez. The besties. For the resties. Also, Blocked and Nakashima are on court at the moment. Fernandez up a double break in the final set against Jovic. Winner of that match will take on the winner of Swiatek and Lee. All right. They're doing well. They were 3-1 down and looking out of it. And now, here we are. They're attacking Sonmez because Sonmez makes tons of errors. Well, she's not today. All right. Swiatek just warming up. The Queen is back. All right. Let's see if Eala and Sonmez can take the second. If it goes threes, first to 10, tiebreak. They don't play a full set. It's a first to 10 tiebreak. All right, here we go. It's going to be Eala to serve for the set. Oh, Jovic got a break back. Now that Alcaraz is out, chat, we need Swiatek to turn back into the clay queen and just completely dominate. That's what the clay season needs. With no Alcaraz, we need a dominant Swiatek. That's what we need. Because remember before, when Rafa was absent, Swiatek was dominating. It like made the clay season. With no Alcaraz, Swiatek needs to get back to dominating the clay. She needs to be because it feels like 2021 was a little bit random, right? 2022 was like Nadal and Swiatek on the clay. Ruud did some jobs. Zverev did well before he hurt himself. 15-0 as Eala hits a winner. 2023 it was all Swiatek. 2024 Swiatek again. And then 2025 was Alcaraz and Coco, but mainly Alcaraz. And then this year with no Alcaraz, it's got to, it's either going to be Sinner or it's going to be Swiatek. Unless Raducanu starts going crazy, but after yesterday, I'm a little nervous. All right, 15-0. As the return goes out by Townsend, it's 30-15. All right, Lee and Swiatek are warming the serves up. And then we are going to be underway for that third round clash. 30-15. Serve to the forehand of Siniakova. Forehand from Eala. And Siniakova backhand. Eala gets it back to the backhand of Siniakova. Eala forehand again. Is wide. 30-0. 30-0. I watched the Roland Garros 2025 final with Alcaraz again over the last 2 days and relived the epic. I need to rewatch that too. Can't get over the level? Yeah, I know, right? I need to watch that again too. All right, return goes into the backhand of Eala. Backhand out from Townsend. As they go backhand to backhand. Now Sommers with a volley. Siniakova gets it back. Eala comes to the net. And that's in the net by Siniakova. And it's a set point for the Besties to take us to a shootout. Pew pew. 40-30. Eala's going to serve. Siniakova in this second set, she has been the weak point for sure. Like after they got the break, she kind of just took a snooze. She's making all kinds of mistakes. All right, Eala serving to take us to a third set tiebreak. Serve into the forehand of Siniakova. Forehand from Eala. Siniakova backhand to the back of Eala, but it's in the net by Eala. Sudden death. Still set point. Still set point, though. Just a deciding point as well. Pressure. Here we go. Eala's going to serve to Townsend now. Still a chance for a shootout. Eala serves. Into the forehand of Townsend. Return the back of Eala. Siniakova volleys. Sonmez volleys. Siniakova gets it. Eala goes up the line, but it's long. She had it. Even Eala knows she had a chance. If she keeps the ball low, it's a winner. It's 5-all. We're back on serve. Oh, that's a shame. There was a look. There was a chance. It was a very tough chance. But Eala overhits it. And it's 5-all. Swiatek 15-love. You know what I want to see out of this clay court season for Swiatek? I want to see Swiatek just standing on the baseline, just being like, I am the queen. Like that like, she double folded, 15-0. But like that, like, confidence again, getting that, like, standing there and just like, you know, the way that she just like walked around on the clay back in like 23, 24, like that, before she lost the Olympic medal. When she lost that Olympic gold medal final, or the semi-final, that was when she kind of like lost that spark. But before that, she was like, this is clay, I don't lose on this surface. I want to see that again. I want to see her strutting around on the clay. It's her, this is her surface. Everybody else they better learn. It's her surface. But now she's down 15-30. 15-love. Townsend serving to Sonmez. As Townsend serves. And Sonmez gets it back, but Siniakova just smacks it away. 30 love. As Swiatek gets to 30 all. First game. 30 love. Siniakova Townsend. All right, 40-30 Swiatek. Atman breaks already. All right, keep us up to date with that one. Then we've got Zverev coming up in about an hour, so it's all happening. All right, 40 love. Siniakova Townsend. To get back in front. And they do. Number 2 seed, 6-5. They hold. And now it's going to be Sonmez serving to get to a second set regular tiebreak. All right, Swiatek. She's a deuce first game. This is getting a little sketchy to start, but she does have a slow start sometimes. We know that. Swiatek. Slow starts are a thing. Deuce. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Lee. Return goes back to Swiatek. Lee backhand slice. Swiatek backhand lands in. No, it didn't. It went wide. Lee has a break point. Just wide by Swiatek. All right, advantage Lee. Lee to take the break first game. Sudden death point was a turning point. Yeah, I mean, there was an opportunity. Eala had that backhand up the line. She hits that in. It is all done. We're going to a tiebreak, but still might go to a tiebreak. All right. Swiatek does get broken. 1 love. Fernandez wins, does she? Fernandez wins. So the winner of Swiatek and Lee will take on Leylah Fernandez, who's kind of been playing kind of well on the clay like last couple of weeks. Nearly took out Raducanu last week. I'd love to see her play Swiatek. That'd be really fun. As that goes out by Sonmez, and it's love 15. Love 15. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you're looking for tennis, you found the right place. We do tennis all the time, every day, all the time. Every day. Pretty much, like every day. And even in the off-season, we're watching tennis all the time for some reason. All right, slicing it by Lee, and it's love 15 as Sonmez backhand. Siniakova backhand again at the back of Sonmez. And Siniakova backhand into the Sonmez backhand. Now Siniakova comes out with a volley. Sonmez with a lob. Townsend with a smash. Puts it away. Love 30. Love 30. 2 points away, number 2 seeds from the quarterfinals. Love 30. Swiatek's got love 30 as well. All right, serving the backhand of Townsend. Sonmez backhand. The backhand of Townsend into the forehand of Sonmez. Up the line from Sonmez is good. Townsend gets it back with a forehand. Eala's in the rally now. Forehand to forehand between the lefties. And then Townsend goes up the line for a winner. Beautiful passing shot that lands on the line. And it's match points for the number 2 seeds. Love 40. Swiatek, oh, geez, Lee just smacked a forehand winner, 15-30. Beautiful shot. All right, love 40. to take their spot in the quarterfinals. As the return goes into the backhand of Sonmez, Townsend puts away the volley. And it's straight sets to the number one seed. But that second set, they had to work for it. And the besties, I'm sure they'll play doubles again. They're a good fun combo to watch. But the number two seeds progress to the quarterfinals. GG's. All right. Lee at 30 all. She tries to consolidate the break. All right, but if you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Oh, Rael's here. Rael, you know who you remind me of? You remind me of that kid at school that used to pick on the girls, but in fact they secretly love them. You know those people? That's who you remind me of. So like a 13-year-old boy who's like, you're the ugliest girl in the school, but secretly you're like, but I love you. You know what I mean? Like you have that you got that vibe with Eala. You kind of like, she's the worst player in the competition, but secretly you love her. You know what I mean? I feel like that's you're giving off those vibes. Like you're trying real hard to pretend like you don't like her. Oh no, I don't like her. No. I think you might. Anyways, we get the deuce, and that's okay. It's okay. Just giving off that that kind of vibe, you know? Like you're trying real hard to prove that no, I don't like Eala. Okay. But we all know. We all know. All right, deuce. As we're find now from Lee. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Lee wins the point. Swiatek hit it wide. Advantage Lee to consolidate the break. All right, we'll merge the streams in a bit. All right, advantage Lee. As the return goes into the forehand of Lee. Forehand now from Swiatek. Again to the forehand of Lee. To the backhand of Swiatek. Lee. Slice. And Swiatek backhand again to the slice of Lee. Lee in the net. Get back to deuce. So Alex should go play Barcelona 125 and get more preparation from it. Well, she is playing next week in a 125. Fernandez, by the way, who is the number one seed in that event, probably won't be playing now that she won. But yeah, you've got Wong, Siniakova, who probably won't be playing either if she's playing doubles. Stern, Sigemund, Kessler. Lee is also meant to be playing next week. So yeah, so Eala will go over there, I'm sure. Unless the injury that she's got, she wants to recover from and not try and push it too far. But yeah, I'm guessing that Eala will attempt to play next week in the 125. That's sort of the backup to anyone who loses early. One of the backups, backup options for anybody who loses in the first week of Madrid. As Lee hits a forehand winner, and it's back to deuce. No worries. Welcome back, Deb. You're just in time because Eala lost and everybody's putting up their hands and saying, trying to get your attention. I'm sure you can read who those people are. All right, back to deuce. All right, 10 minutes already into this match. As it backhand Swiatek off the tape and doesn't make it over. Advantage Lee. All right, advantage Lee. As Lee serves a fault second serve. Lee serves again. Backhand return goes into the backhand of Lee. Lee up the line for a winner. 2-love Lee. What a start. Great start for Lee. All right. 2-love. All right, serve from Swiatek is fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Lee. Forehand from Swiatek to the slice of Lee. Lee in the net. All right, 15. 15 love. Pia.
Thanks, Cams, for Alex cover. Good second set besties.
Hey, thank you for the donation. Yeah, they put in a good second set. I mean, it was looking a little ugly when it got to 3-1. It looked like it was going to be over, but no, they did well to fight back and almost take it to a third set. And once you get to that shootout in doubles, anything can happen. So they did well. All right, 15-0. Now Swiatek serves again. We'll merge the streams after this just to make it easier for all of us. So jump on over if you want to keep watching Swiatek. Forehand on the stretch from Lee, but you can't get it. 30-15. 30-15. All right. All right, 30-0. Lee looking for the double break. First serve is a fault, second serve. All right, 40-30. Swiatek with the forehand. Into the forehand of Lee. Forehand now from Swiatek to the slice of Lee. Lee in the net. All right, Swiatek on the board. 2-1 Lee with a break. All right, jump on over if you want to keep watching. But number 2 seeds, too strong. Getting through the besties. 6-1-7-5. Eala, she'll go off and place a challenger event next week. At this stage, maybe she'll change her mind, but we'll see what happens. Sonmez is playing tomorrow in the third round of the singles, so we'll see what happens. But solid win by the number 2 seeds. They're in the quarters. All right. And Swiatek is in a battle. Two, 2-1 lead with the break. We've also got Zverev coming up in about 45 minutes. So that's happening soon, and then we'll go from there. Sabalenka coming up later. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to watch later, but we got options. We got lots of options. Many options. All right, how we doing, chap? Really like your haircut. Very distinguished. Thank you. Hoping Roige can help Swiatek with the serve. Yeah, but I don't think that's what Swiatek's been known for. Like, her serve is not really her strength. So I don't think he needs help with the serve. He needs to help her get back to what she was like when she was dominating on clay. I think that's more. At least that's more what I want to see. All right. All right, Lee with a fault, second serve. As Swiatek get it out, 15 love. As we got a backhand from Lee into the net, 15-0. All right, 15-0. As the lob goes up by Swiatek, Lee with a smash. She overhits it. 15-30. Chance for Swiatek to get back on serve. $15-30. As Lee serves an ace. 30-0. All right, 30-0 as Lee makes another error. And it's 30-40, breakback point for Swiatek. First serve is a fault, second serve. Swiatek hits a return winner. And we're back on serve. All right. All right, we are back on serve. Watching Iga versus Lee after my favorite Eala match, learning more tennis more and watching other players too. Hey, Pia, that is the best way to get into the sport. Watch one player and then stick around for the other players too. Thank you for sticking around. Here we go. 2-0. We're back on serve as Swiatek 15 love. 15 love. Swiatek serves a fault. Oh, wait, second serve. As Lee misses the return, 30 love. As the return goes into the forehand of Swiatek, back in now from Lee in the net, 40 love. All right. 40 love. Swiatek to take the lead. As Lee backhand return. Into the back to Swiatek. Forehand from Lee. Into the back to Swiatek up the line. Lee with the forehand cross court goes wide. Swiatek 3-2. She gets in front. All right. Swiatek 3-2 with the lead. Winner of this place, Fernandez, who is victorious over Jovic today, which is a huge win. We also got Zverev coming up in about 45 minutes. FAA plays today as well. So much is happening. And then we've got Sabalenka tonight. So yeah, but how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Who's the underdog in Fonseca? Hodar? Hodar for sure. Fonzie's the favorite. No doubt. Medvedev plays today. Yep, Medvedev's playing later. Tsitsipas, Bublik are having a battle later as well. So excited and nervous for tomorrow's match. I know, right? It's going to be fire. It's going to be crazy. Okay. Oh. All right. All right, 3-2. Swiatek hits it in the net. 15 love. All right, 30 love. All right, second serve for Lee. All right, 40 love. Swiatek makes an error on the return. Klavedev, yeah. Someone's saying that Fonseca's the underdog? Nah. He's the favorite. All right. All right. Lee holds 3-0 first set. All right. Back to Swiatek. Yeah, Hodar as the underdog is very dangerous, for sure. Fonseca's got all the pressure on him. As it a 4 up the line, just missed by Lee. And it's 15 up. Have they fixed the ATP Fantasy, or is it still botched? No, it's still broken. Rude and Cerudolo won. Give me my points. I want my winning points. All right. Nice hitting by Swiatek. 30 love. All right. 30 love. Great shot by Swiatek. 30 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Swiatek. As Lee hits it out. 40 love. All right, 40 love Swiatek. Demon got a -12. That's rough. That is rough. First serve's a fault, second serve. Yeah, if you had Demon on your team, I mean, I don't know what to say. I told you last week to sell, but if you kept him in, I'm sure you had your reasons, but shit. I mean, can't be surprised that he lost. 40-15. But also, for his price, you could have got Musetti. So, you should have got Musetti. And change. Musetti and 4 coins. I mean, you could have got Musetti and Hoda. Anyway, it's 4 up the line from Lee, goes wide. It's 4-3 Swiatek. All right. Swiatek with the lead. But Lee to serve next. It's showing that Casper lost and he got 22 points. Yeah, that's just a glitch. Same with Cerundolo lost as well. It's almost like everybody who won today is counting as a loss, which is strange. So they must just be having a little bit of a glitch. Tell you, Tommy Paul got a -14. Brutal. Menchu got 34. Whew. Nice. Yeah, Cerundolo got the straight sets win bonus, but said he lost. So I think he's still got that amount of. I'm not sure. Oh no, they haven't updated the Yeah, both Cerundolo and Rude should be have 40 extra points because they got to the next round. So they both should be on over 60 points each, but hasn't updated yet. But yeah, Shelton with a 4-point. Demonor got a -12. Paul got a -14. Medvedev today could get a minus something if he loses. Rublev with a -2. Vachereau -8. So I think Tommy Paul might be he might have been the most unfortunate person to have. I mean, if you had, and I don't know who would have, but if you had Demonor, Rublev, I understand, but if you had Demonor, Rublev, Vachereau, and Paul, that stinks. That hurts. 15. Oh, you could have had a couple of those guys, legitimately. Like, that's fine. But Demon and Paul, I wouldn't have had them. I mean, maybe Paul, maybe. Anyway, Swiatek gets it out, 30-15. The round advancement points are wrong. Yeah, they haven't added them in. Or they haven't fixed that. I have Paul and Rublev. Oh. Yeah, I think Paul is the... Paul might be the... Unless Zverev or... Who else is playing today? Unless Bublik or Mute... If FAA loses or even Medvedev, I mean, Paul at the moment I think has the worst first round score. -14. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat. You have to double fault your way to -20, I think. But yeah, Paul's a brutal pick. Shelton as well. Oh. I mean, you could have had Shelton and Rublev, and I would have totally understood that. It's not bad. Lee holds 4-0. And Vachereau, but man, it's brutal. 4-0 back to Swiatek. All right. Swiatek with a nice winner, 15 love. All right, 30 love Swiatek. Swiatek serves again. Oh, schedule's out already? Damn. Please be good to me. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Okay. 30-15. Yeah, Hoda Fonseca, the last match of the day. Zhang versus Raducanu night session 2, which I don't mind. Not mad. Sinner in the afternoon, fair enough. Musetti, Greek sports there as well. Gauff first thing in the morning. Okay. Well, Pegula Kostyuk. All right. No. It's not a terrible schedule. 30-0. Backhand to backhand rally as Swiatek hit it wide. And it's 30-40. Break point. Break point for Lee. You want to sell off your team? Can you do that? Do you have this swing swap or swing switch? You can sell your whole team. Return goes into the corner. Swiatek. Swiatek gets a wide. Lee breaks. And she will serve for the first set. All right. 5-4. Lee serving for the first. It's going to be a long, winding road back, I fear. Yeah, this was unexpected. Oh, you do have it? Well, you should probably use it next week. I think I'm going to use it next week. All right. Lee will serve for the set. It's normal. Swiatek loses the first set and then wins. Is that normal? Last year, some people were saying Swiatek should skip Wimbledon and then she won it. I know, right? Nobody should do anything. Right. Swiatek. Love 15 wins the first point. Love 15. Atman and Humbert 5-5, by the way. FAA just started too. He's 2-1. And Blocked is up a break in the second against Nakashima as that goes up the line and long by Lee. Love 30. Zverev coming up in about 20 minutes. Love 30. Chance for Swiatek to break back. Love 30. All right. Nice backhand from Lee, 30-15. As a return from Swiatek goes into the forehand of Lee. And Lee puts it away, 30-0. Great forehand winner. All right, 30 all. As a return from Swiatek goes out, 40-30. Lee with a set point to take the first set. All right, 40-30. Serving to the forehand of Swiatek. Return goes to the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Lee. And Swiatek forehand into the forehand of Lee on the stretch. It's high in the air. Swiatek comes in with a bounce smash. Puts it away. Back to deuce. Wait, there was a bonus thing that if the bonus ball player withdrew, the player to his right will get it. So Zverev could have won last week. Yeah, but what do you mean? All right, deuce. Swiatek saves the set point. First serve the fault, second serve. Serving to the forehand, Swiatek return up the line to the slice of Lee. Swiatek comes in. Forehand cross court. Lee gets it back. Swiatek backhand. To the backhand of Lee. Lee overhits it. And it's advantage Swiatek to level this first set. Well, bonus ball didn't switch after Carlos withdrew. Yeah, because you have... Okay. I'll tell you why. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. And there's a bit of fault from Lee. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Good return to the forehand of Lee. And then Swiatek goes into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand of the line. Lee with the slice. Swiatek with the backhand. Cross court. Is a winner. 5-0. Swiatek breaks. Just. All right, 5-5. All right, 5-0. As we get a fault by Swiatek's second serve. If you're just joining us, Lee had a set point at 5-4, but she couldn't get it done. Could we get an unexpected run at Roland Garros champion if now that Alcaraz is out? Or will it be Sinner's this year? Well, it's definitely Sinner's to lose. But I would say, like, Zverev? I'm like, this is Zverev's time, right? If Zverev can't win this French Open, how the hell is he going to win a slam? Like, this feels like Zverev's chance. 1,000,000%. Ah, 15 love. Backhand return. Goes long. And it's 30 love. Serving to the backhand of Lee. Backhand of Swiatek. To the slice of Lee. Swiatek backhand to the forehand of Lee, into the forehand of Swiatek. Lee, forehand up the line. Swiatek with a backhand to the forehand again of Lee. Lee overhits it. And that's 40 love. $40 love. Return goes back to Swiatek up the line to the forehand of Lee. Lee overhits it. Swiatek leads 6-5 in the second. Sorry, in the first. All right. Novak should be a serious contender. Oh, he is. But we haven't seen him play one clay court match this year, so it's really hard to know whether or not Djokovic is healthy enough. We haven't seen him play. He's been out, literally out because of injury, right? So, I mean, how do we know? How can we pick an injured Djokovic, a 38-year-old injured Djokovic to beat Sinner? The only reason I'm not saying Zverev's going to win, by the way. I'm just saying, like, this is Zverev's chance, is that he avoids Sinner to the final, right? He's number 2 seed. He avoids Sinner to the final, which means that Sinner has to play 6 guys before Zverev if Zverev makes it 2. And if one of those guys is Djokovic, that's huge. But, like, a Grand Slam's long. A lot can happen in the first, 14 days. So, that's why I'm saying it's Zverev's best chance, because he doesn't have to play Alcaraz and Sinner. He only has to play one of them. And he doesn't have to play Sinner until the final. So, like, and if Djokovic goes in the top half of the draw with Sinner, then Zverev has, like, I'm not saying that he's going to win. People are getting confused. I'm saying it's his best chance to win. Big difference between me picking him and saying that it's his best opportunity. I still think Sinner's going to win, but again, such a great opportunity because it's probably his favorite surface. It's probably his best slam. Or his best chance at a slam. $6-5. Especially now that Sinner's become like a dominant hardcourt guy. The US Open is almost off the table. And Alcaraz coming back. Also, we've got to remember that at the US Open, Alcaraz having this, break, if he does come back to normal, let's say at Wimbledon, then he's had a couple of months off. So physically, Alcaraz is going to be great by the US Open, at least in his legs. So that's going to be real tough to play a really fully fit Alcaraz in US Open. So yeah, that's why I'm saying Zverev's best chance. I'm not saying that he's going, I'm not picking him to win. I'm just saying that, everything is, so many things are in his favor. I believe Novak has a better chance to win RG than Zverev. I disagree. Until we see Djokovic play Rome, how can you pick Djokovic with a bad shoulder when he's played 0 clay tennis? I can't. Zverev at least made a semi and lost to Sinner. Zverev at least has semi-finals to back. He's been in form. Djokovic hasn't won anything lately. We haven't seen Djokovic play since the Australian Open, right? It's so hard to pick him. If he plays one tournament and then plays look, it's Djokovic. He could win it with one tournament, but I think Zverev is still ahead of Djokovic at this stage. Unless Djokovic goes to Rome and looks amazing, and then you're like, okay, Nole is the second favorite. But I can't be, I got to see Djokovic first before I can see what he's up to. See how he looks, because physically, if he's not good, he's going to struggle. Oh, wait, did Djokovic play Indian Wells? Oh, yeah, he lost to Draper. My bad. I forgot that he played Indian Wells. But we haven't seen him on clay yet, so... As the backhand return goes in the backhand of Lee. 30-all here. Swiatek wants that break. And once that's set, as with a forehand now goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Lee with a forehand cross court. Hits the line. Jeez, Lee hanging on. 40-30. Great shot from Lee. Lee to get to the tiebreak. As she serves a fault. Lee, second serve. It's a double fault. We get the deuce. We get to deuce. As the return goes out by Swiatek, advantage Lee. To take us to the tiebreak. Why do people feel the need to come into matches where players that they don't like and just like complain about them and they don't even like them? All right, that goes out by Lee. Deuce. I'm confused. Like so many, I feel like over the last, especially the last couple of days, so many people are coming in. It's almost like people are coming in to convince Swiatek fans not to go for her. It's weird. Like, see, look, Swiatek's really bad. She's never going to win. Okay, why? Like, Swiatek fans don't care what you have to say about her. They're going to follow her anyway. Like, what do you, like, I don't get it. Why are you campaigning against Swiatek? It makes no sense. No one's going to change their mind and go, yeah, I've been following Swiatek for 6 years. But you have a point. Yeah, maybe I should not watch her anymore. Like, what are you doing? Come on. If you like Lee, go for Lee. But don't have to try and convince people that Swiatek's not good, because you're wrong. She's great. Advantage Swiatek, she's got a set point. Why are you campaigning? It's weird. Return goes out by Swiatek, back to deuce. Like, it's just so negative for no reason. Thanks, Cam. I'm at a point where I wish these people could be banned. I'm not even joking. I mean, we're not going to ban people for making opinions, but shit. Surely you have better things to do than come in and like try and convince people not to root for Swiatek. It's crazy. All right, back to deuce. Like, watch the players you like. It's more fun. As the return goes in the form of Lee, Lee hits a wide advantage. Swiatek. Swiatek to take the first set. Hasn't been her best set. Well, let's see if she can take it anyway. As Lee serves. A fault. Second serve. As the return goes... Nope, it was a let. All right, serve again. In the back end, Swiatek. Oh, Swiatek in the net. She went for it. And she's laughing. She's like, oh, that was a silly shot. Back to deuce. I think Valio will beat Tien. What are your thoughts? I don't know about Valio, but I know Tien's on clay. It's not his favorite surface, so Valio might have a chance. He played well against Dimi. Was it Dimitrov that he beat? As that goes out by Swiatek, advantage Lee. Advantage Lee. We'll get ready for this Zverev match as well. Actually, we'll start this Zverev match now. He's about to kick off. Welcome everybody for this Zverev stream. We've got Swiatek taking on Lee. She's had a couple of set points, Swiatek, but Lee still not done in this set yet. Zverev is playing against Navone. Tricky matchup. As Lee forehand to the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Lee. Again to the forehand of Swiatek up the line. Lee backhand. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Lee forehand. Winner. Okay, tiebreak. But yeah, Zverev, Navone, they are battling. Navone took out Borges in the first round. Never played before. But Zverev against Argentine players, for some reason, he does seem to have an awkward time against the South Americans. For whatever reason, you know, Cerundolo's been pushed him. Baez has pushed him in the past. We see Fonseca obviously took him to 3 sets the other week. So yeah, Zverev versus South Americans can be a bit sketchy. And for somebody who has Zverev in their ATP fantasy team, I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. All right, who's winning this tiebreak, chat? Swiatek 7-5, 7-9-7. Swiatek, okay. Swiatek's had 2 set points. Leah's already had set point as well before Swiatek broke back. Remember that? All right, one love Swiatek. By the way, Swiatek's already played an hour in this match. The whole first round went for like an hour and 10. So this first set is a marathon in comparison to her first round. All right. Return goes in the backhand of Lee. Backhand has Swiatek sliced. Lee forehand as Swiatek pass. Lee volley. Too good. 1-1. 1-1. Let's see if Zverev has more zip in his step this morning. Yeah. Yeah, he looked a little bit tired in Munich. Looked a little tired. All right, 1-1. As the return goes into the form of Lee. Lee overhits it. 2-1 Swiatek. Mini break. All right, 2-1. Serving to the backhand of Lee. Return goes to forehand of Swiatek. Lee. Forehand to the forehand of Swiatek. Lee goes up the line off the tape. Oh, it goes over. Lee gets the point. A little bit lucky. 2-0. Lucky Lee. Now it's Zverev and Navone about to walk out on court. Also, Blocked and Nakashima are 1 set all. And FAA won the first set of his match. All right, first serve's a fault. Swiatek second serve. And to the forehand of Lee. Forehand from Swiatek to the forehand of Lee. Swiatek up the line, winner for 3-2 Swiatek. All right, 3-2. Swiatek on serve. Oh, Block's just got the break. There you go. All right, ace from Lee. And they change ends. 3-0. Three. All right. Lee serves again. As the return goes in the forehand of Lee, she comes to the net. Swiatek pass. Lee with a volley. Swiatek lob. Goes long. 4-3 Lee. 4-3 Lee. All right, back to Swiatek. Swiatek serves. Serve into the backhand of Lee. Return to the backhand of Swiatek. Lee forehand into the backhand of Swiatek as Lee shanks it long and it's 4-all. Cam, do you think Swiatek has peaked? Genuine question, no shade. No. I don't think Swiatek's peaked. I think a lot of players have improved and gotten better, like Gauff and Sabalenka, Raducanu, and got more consistent. But no, I don't think she's peaked. I think she went away. I think when everybody else started getting better, she thought the way to get better again was to try and play like the big hitters. And she in the net for 5-4. And I think over the last 18 months, trying to get bigger serving, trying to be more aggressive, kind of was away from how she got to the top in the first place. She felt I reckon she felt the pressure of Raducanu, Penko, all those players being aggressive, and she thought, oh shit, I need to be more aggressive. I need to make them run. As the backhand return from Swiatek goes in, and then a smash from Lee, and she's got 2 set points. Lee 6-4, but in the process went away from what got her to the top and made her less consistent. So then she was starting to lose to players that we never thought she would. And that's going to take time to undo, because when bringing on Roige is to go back to that. And she said in recent interviews, I want to go back to that, more defensive style, more rally style. As Swiatek returned to the forehand of Lee. Lee up the line to the back of Swiatek. Lee. Drop shot. It's too good. Lee breaks. He holds. Whatever she does. I don't know. She won the tiebreak. What's that called? She won. Tiebreak. 7-6 goes to Lee. Beautiful drop shot to finish. So I think Swiatek is just trying to go, revert back to what got her to the top in the first place. Because that was a better strategy because then she could beat everybody except for those couple of players. Whereas with the more aggressive strategy, she was losing to players that we wouldn't think that she would lose to. Does that make sense? So I don't think she's what was the word you used? I don't think she has peaked. Because she's only 24. So, all right. 7 winners and 23 errors by Swiatek. 13 winners and 30 errors from Lee. That was not a pretty set. 4 breaks a serve, 2 each. All right, but Lee takes the first in just over an hour. All right. So Zverev versus Novone, they're about to kick off. And the winner will play against the winner of Atman and Humbert. And Atman just won the first set. So Atman versus the winner of this match at the moment is what it seems to be. But yeah, I don't think Swiatek's peaked. I think if Swiatek was 30, different story. But I don't think Swiatek I don't think she's peaked. I think it's too early to say that. It's just that other players got better. And also, yeah, she did lose that aura of like invincibility, right? A little bit. Because there was a while there where like not even the best players could get near her. But I think now a lot of players go, okay, she's not unbeatable. And they all get belief that they can take her on. All right. But Lee takes the first 7-6. But yeah, but it's going to take some time. Like, Roige isn't going to come in and completely, and within 1 week, completely revolutionize Swiatek's game. It's going to take a little bit of time. But I think she's made the right step to pick him out of all the coaches she could have picked. I still think, and I stand by this, I still think Wim Fizet deserved the chance to defend Wimbledon with Swiatek, but obviously they parted ways. And I think Wim Fizet's probably going to team up with another big player pretty soon anyway. Don't know which one, but there's a lot of players that are switching coaches right now, so I'm sure he'll get a job pretty quick with another superstar player. But getting Roige, and this is the thing, right? It's like it's weird in tennis because coaches do change all the time, right? There's coaching changes all the time. But there is also like, if you've got a coach, but then another coach become available that you think could help your game more, and you're struggling with your current coach, as savage as it is, you've got to ditch your coach to get the coach that's available, because Roige was only available because, him and GMP stopped working together. Like timing, right? It was all about timing. Whereas if Roige was coaching somebody and wasn't available, maybe Swiatek would have kept Fizet. So you got to think that there was a reason why it kind of was like, okay, well, me and Wim are not working together anymore. And then she goes, but he's available and I want him to coach me, right? So there is that kind of like timing of things too. And I'm not saying that Swiatek, only cut ties with Wim to get Roige, but the timing works out really well. And it's happened with other players too in other situations where this coach becomes available and then this player decides to split with their coach and then they get to team up and all that stuff. It happens, right? It's going to happen that way. Especially when there's like limited superstar coaches floating around as well, right? All right, Zverev's going to serve first, by the way. So yeah, but I think Roige is the best. Like, out of all the coaches in the world, I think Roige and Swiatek, it feels like it's a perfect match. The Rafa connection's there. The strategy would be there, right? Swiatek's weapons and her style, like with what Roige brings to the table and what he has worked with Rafa for, right? I mean, it seems like it's just like the perfect match. And the respect already there because obviously with the Rafa connection, just so many things. Why are we watching Swiatek today but not Raducanu yesterday? She's number 2 and number 4 is Swiatek. Because I didn't think Raducanu would have a problem yesterday. And also there was like 7 matches at the same time yesterday. I didn't want to watch any. I wanted to watch a couple. I thought it's like Zverev, right? We don't watch him every day, even though he's higher ranked than Fonseca. Or, some other players that we watch more often. That's just the way it is. Blame the schedule. But we will be watching Raducanu tomorrow, so I hope you're here first thing. You're the first person in the chat when we watch Raducanu tomorrow, because you want to watch it so badly. We're going to watch it tomorrow. So I hope you're here first. You're first in line. As soon as I schedule that stream for tomorrow, you get in here and you say, I'm first, because you want to watch him. And we are going to watch it because you want to watch it. And also, I want to watch it. I wish we did watch it yesterday, but the schedule was so shitty. I don't want to do double headers if we can avoid them. We only do them if we have to today. But the schedule yesterday had like 3 matches on, and it was like all juggling. And I'm like, I don't want to clash. I don't want to watch. I don't want to miss half a match and do this. And unfortunately, the Raducanu match got scrapped. But she won, thank God, and we can watch it tomorrow. All right, Zverev's going to serve. God, I hope he wins in straights. I really don't want him to play a heart wrencher. He serves an ace, 15 love. And also, we always watch Swiatek because I said so. All right. As that forehand goes wide by Lee, and it's 15. I love 15. As Zverev goes in the backhand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev. Navone forehand into the Zverev backhand. As we had a forehand now from Navone. Again to the backhand of Zverev. Navone up the line. Also, we didn't watch Coco yesterday either. Just saying. Again, because the schedule was so hectic. As that goes out by Lee. Love 30. Yeah, we're going to watch Fonseca Hoda tomorrow for sure. All right, Zverev. 30-15, good serve. As we'll return now from Swiatek, backhand from Lee to the backhand of Swiatek. Lee with a forehand. Into the net, love 40, Swiatek. Break points to start the second. All right, love 40. As Lee serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Lee with a backhand. To the backhand of Swiatek. Now into the forehand of Lee. Lee shanks it. One love. One love Swiatek. All right. Yeah, Coco played well yesterday. Apparently, it was the first match for a long time where she served 0 double faults. So, yeah, she played really well. Unfortunately, with 2-week Masters and combined Masters in particular, we can't watch everyone early. And I've said this many times. Same thing happens at Slams, right? There are a couple of players in that top 5 that we watch religiously. Sinner, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Djokovic, Alcaraz when he plays. And then there's players that because again, we can't watch the entire top 10 from the first round onwards because it just doesn't match up. The schedule's not fair. So with Raducanu, who won last week, I was like, you know what? We won't watch it today. Same with Coco yesterday as well. If they lose, that's really annoying, but I'm confident they'll win. We'll watch them in the next round or the next, hopefully tomorrow or the day. Like tomorrow, we can watch both them tomorrow. But because of the schedule of these 1000s, I can only watch one player. I can only watch 2 players at a time maximum. And I don't make the schedule. Otherwise, I'd make it super nice and we just watch all the players we want to watch with no clashes. But I don't have that. I can't do that. All right, love 15. I mean, we don't usually watch Zverev first early tournaments either. Today we are because there's not much else going on the men's side in the middle here. So, I mean, we're not watching Felix right now. We didn't watch Shelton yesterday. We did watch Demonor, but that was a fluke because we were supposed to watch Fonseca and he didn't play. Love 30. Chance for Zverev to get a break here. All right, Swiatek 30-15. As Navone makes another error, love 40. Zverev with the break points already. As that goes in the net by Lee, 40-15. Yeah, we're watching Sabalenka today for sure. As a shank from Zverev goes out, and it's 15-40. Lee returns the forehand to Swiatek. Forehand from Lee again to the forehand to Swiatek. Lee hits it long. 2 love Swiatek in the second. All right. All right, 2-love. Swiatek. All right, love 15. Zverev breaks, by the way. 2-love. All right, love 15. Swiatek wants a double break. Lee with a fold out wide, second serve. All right, it's with a forehand rally, sorry. Swiatek. Forehand cross court. Lee gets it back with a forehand to the forehand of Swiatek, and then Swiatek hits it out. And it's 15 all. All right, serve again from Lee. She serves a fault, second serve. And Swiatek gets a return winner. Okay. All right, Zverev, by the way, is dominating, and I'm fine with this. 40-love. Swiatek with a backhand inside-out winner. All right, 15-30. Swiatek looking for that double break. Lee serves a fault. Second serve. As we got a forehand of Swiatek to the slice of Lee. Swiatek forehand inside out. Lee with a slice again. Swiatek backhand. Lee gets it back, but hits it in the net. And it's 15-40. Swiatek for a double break. As Zverev serves. To the backhand of Navone. Navone hits it out. 3-love Zverev in like 2 minutes. What? Unfortunately, can't please everyone, yeah. I'll tell you, I try. I do my best to watch more matches than any one person could possibly try and watch. I mean, that's how we got to being the #1 Australian sports YouTube channel for peak concurrent viewers in the month of March of 2026. I got that first try. I mean, you don't get there by doing no matches, or not. You don't do that by doing nothing. First try. It rolled off the tongue easy, Chad. It was easy. Anyway, it's 30-40. Swiatek to get the double break. Return goes into the forehand of Lee. Lee in the net. Swiatek 3-love. All right. Swiatek found the keys to the bakery. Let's see if she's going to open it and serve any bagels or breadsticks in the second set. Yeah, nailed it. All right. Zverev's up 3-love. Do you think Sinner should take a break after Madrid before Roland Garros? If Sinner wins Madrid and becomes the first and only player to win 5 Masters in a row and the first 4 in a row of the season, that would be a record. Would he pull out of Rome? Maybe. Because if he has the record, then winning Rome is just a bonus prize, right? But it's his home tournament, so it's a tough one. Because I think he's only playing Madrid because of that. He wants to win that. Not the only reason. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits, but I think the fact that he's trying to be the first player to win the first 4 tournaments, 1,000 events of the year, to ever do it. If he does do it, maybe he doesn't play Rome. Why would he need to win the first 5? No one's ever done that. No one's ever done what he's about to do. So, but if he's healthy and he's fresh, I mean, does he need to have a week off? I mean, does he need 2 weeks off? I don't know. It'll depend on how he wins Madrid. If he wins Madrid. If he loses Madrid, he probably plays Rome. But if he wins Madrid and it's a battle and it's tough matches and he plays epics, he might skip Rome. Maybe. Only if he's like exhausted from Madrid. Like if he plays like a 3-set semi and a 3-set 3-hour final, like it's going to have to be a pretty brutal tournament for him to not play at home, I would guess. Or he has something that's like he's a little worried about. Like maybe he gets a little bit of a leg problem or something, right? Like if there's a little bit of an injury worry, he might be like, you know what? I want to be fully fresh for the French. No Alcaraz gives me the best chance, blah, blah, blah. He'd never say that out loud, but we're saying it for him. And if he has any sort of like small injury worries, then yeah, he might skip. But yeah, I don't know. I think if he's not tired and he's not hurt, he's playing Rome. 15 love. Let's get a forehand backhand rally now. Swiatek's got the double break 3 love. As it a backhand rally. Slice down from Lee as Swiatek slices it again to the slice of Lee. She goes up the line of the forehand. Swiatek, Lee. Forehand cross court goes wide and it's 30 love. Navone's on the board 3-1. And by the way, if Sinner does win Madrid, he could always go to Rome, play a match, and then withdraw. Like, there is nothing against the rule. Well, there is you probably get in trouble, but like not in trouble, but you'll probably have to pay a fine or something for withdrawing. But if he goes to Rome and he goes, you know what? I think I need another week. I want another week off. He could always just ditch Rome halfway through. Like he could play 2 matches and go, you know what? 4th round, I'm good. I want the extra week to get ready for Roland Garros. I feel good. I've won 2. I've won Madrid. I've won Monte Carlo. Especially if he has like 2 tough matches in Rome to start. I mean, there's nothing saying that he has a tough match tomorrow and then he goes, you know what? I don't need to play this tournament. Even though the record's on the line or whatever. But again, his team is smart. He's smart. He's not going to overplay. He's not going to be stupid and play injured or sore, or he's not going to push himself to that limit if he doesn't. He's not. Sinner's not dumb, right? Sinner's not going to overplay if he doesn't feel good, right? He's not going to push through and make and get injured. He's not going to overplay. He knows how his body is. He knows how much he wants to play and how much he needs to play and whatever. 30 love. Return goes into the volley of Zverev, and Zverev puts it away. Navone, not bad on the on the attempt, but is Zverev too good? 40 love. Swiatek has a chance to go to 4 love. Hey, what's going on, Kit? How you doing? There's no days off between Roland Garros and Rome. Yeah, there is. It's a whole week off. After Rome, you get the whole week off. Zverev holds 4-1. And Swiatek hits a forehand in the net, 40-30. You get the whole week off before Roland Garros. Because remember, there's tournaments with like Hamburg and Geneva. And he won't play those. All right, 40-30. Swiatek to go to 4 love. Return goes out by Lee. And Swiatek does go to 4 love in the second. All right. Swiatek with a 4-love lead in the second. She has sorted it out. By the way, chat, if you are a tennis history fan, you want Sinner to play everything. Because that's what I want. I'm like, okay, if he's injured, don't play. But for me, I'm like, we're watching something that we may never see again. No one's ever won the first 4 1000s in a row. It may never happen. Somebody doing that would be a first for the tennis history. I want to see it. And not only that, I want to see him win the first 5. I want him to go to Canada next after Wimbledon, potentially, and try and win 6 in a row, right? I want to see that. And if he's healthy and he's fit, I want to see him do it. I want to see him go for those historic things. Now, I get the Sinner fans are like nervous that he's going to overplay and whatever, but I'll be honest, I want to see him do it. I want to see him attempt it. I want to see him attempt the world records. And there's probably no better chance to do all that stuff than right now with Alcaraz gone. And Djokovic is not playing either at the moment. So it's his tour. It's the Sinner tour. And he gets first pick at every tournament he plays until Alcaraz comes back, until Djokovic comes back. Why wouldn't you want to see him go for the historic things? Imagine if it was like, if anybody else was going for it, you'd say this, you'd push them to go too. You'd be like, at least try. At least attempt the 5 in a row, 6 in a row, whatever it is, right? At least give it a shot. So as a tennis, history, record fan, I want him to play this tournament, win this tournament, and then go to Rome and try and win the next one. And try and do it, keep winning 1000s, right? Extend his winning record, extend how many wins in a row at 1000s, extend how many titles in a row at 1000s. I want him to just smash the record so we can, in 10, 15, 20 years' time, be like, I remember when Sinner dominated 1000s. We were all there to see it. I want to see it. And it'd be annoying if he was like, actually, I'm going to take myself out of this tournament and not attempt the record. It'd be like, what? Unless you're injured, why would he step away from an historic record? That's going to go on his permanent historic record. I mean, he'll be remembered forever for that record if he gets it. Because unless somebody breaks it, but... All right. Zverev, by the way, 30-all. Sinner's coach said he's feeling good, so that's why they decided to play Madrid. Look, I believe that, but I also reckon they're not going to... Sinner's too humble. And they're also not going to put pressure on themselves by saying, we also decided to play Madrid to go for the record. Because then everybody would be putting... he puts so much pressure on himself by saying that. So, of course, Sinner's a classy guy. He would never say that out loud, yeah, I'm trying to do this thing. Because he's not, he's not going to say that. But also, he doesn't want that sort of unnecessary pressure to be like, oh, he only played this tournament because he wants the record. And everybody being like, ooh, 3 to go, 4 to go. He doesn't want to put that on himself. And that's smart too. Because if he loses or if he pulls out of Madrid, no one's going to be like, you said you wanted to do the record, you lied. He's never going to say that out loud. He's too humble. But I reckon a big part of the reason of playing this is to keep that record. Is to try and get that record. Just like he won't say, I'm playing Roland Garros because I want the Korea Slam. He'll say, I want to play Roland Garros because I want to win another Slam. He won't say anything about the Korea Slam. Zverev's got the double break 5-1. Because Sinner and Alcaraz are smart. They're not going to put themselves... I mean, I think Alcaraz said after winning the Australian Open, yeah, I really wanted to win this. He didn't say it during the tournament. He didn't put pressure on himself throughout the event. He wasn't saying like the Australian Open is my most important event, unless he did at the start. I can't remember exactly, but I know afterwards he was like, "Yeah, we worked hard for this one. This was really important to us." He said after he won it, right? If he said it during the tournament and kept on going on about like career slam, he would have put unnecessary pressure on himself because he's talking himself up, right? Talking himself about doing it. Players don't want to put that pressure on themselves. They've already got to deal with enough, especially number one, who's like, everyone wants to beat him, right? And Swiatek gets a backhand win off 15-love. Zverev served for the first set. Anyways, let's just hope that he's healthy and he plays as long as he can and keeps winning, because I want to see him win Rome as well and then be like, holy shit, he cleaned up the 1000s to start the year. Plus, also, if he wins Rome, he's won the Golden Masters. So you don't think he wants to try and win Golden Masters, second player to ever do that, career Grand Slam. I mean, he could, by the time we get to the grass in 2 months, Sinner could have done 2 massive things. Plus, also, create another record and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's so many historic things up for Sinner, especially with Alcaraz gone. Like, he's got a clear road to do all these things. He might not want to go for Golden Masters this year. He can always do it next year, but he could. I mean, there's a legit chance. All right, 30-15. Vitorovsky said that Swiatek was resistant to adding more variety to a game. Yeah, but JSB, you never cite your sources. You just say things. So whenever you say something like, Vitorovsky said, you've got to send me where he said that, because I haven't heard that at all. I've never read that. And you never send me a link telling me where you get your sources from. You just say, yeah, I heard it. Okay. Share your source. I never heard Vitorovsky say that. Exactly. People are like, where'd you hear that from? I never heard that. Me neither. I've never heard him say that either. So can you please send me a link to where you heard that so I can at least, clarify? Anyways, Zverev gets the first set, 6-1. We love that for Zverev. Sorry we're not really focusing on his match. He's winning it easily. 23 minutes played, Zverev. That's the quickest Zverev set of all time. So yeah, if he did say that, can you send me where you saw that so then I can read it out to the rest of the chat and actually like clarify what he said and when he said it, because I don't recall that at all. In fact, I haven't heard Vitorovsky say much about Swiatek since they split. Forehand goes cross-court for a winner for Swiatek, and it's 40-15. Swiatek back in her mood. By the way, 9.4 performance rating from Zverev. That is a fantastic start to this match. A 9.6 on the serve. And he didn't face a break point either, Zverev. That was a phenomenal set by Zverev. Okay. Swiatek trying to go to 5-1, and she does. Lee hits it long. 5-1 Swiatek in the second. All right. And this happens every time too. Every time. Somebody says something in the chat. I ask them to send me the link to where they saw that, and then they disappear. Unless they've gone off to find where they saw that. But like, see, this is why, chat, we need to. That's why I always ask, like, you've got to send it to me. Send me the link or it's not real. Because it's so easy to just make things up. Or to like get things mixed up and you go, oh, well, I thought I heard something, or I heard somebody say something about something. Vitorovsky said she's insisted on focusing on strong points. Okay, where did you see this? Send me links. Did he say it to you in the privacy of your own home? Or did he say it in an interview? Or did he say it in a press conference? Or did you dream about him saying it? Like, you've got to send me the source. You can't say big things like this and make massive statements and quote people that without proof. It's like me saying, like, oh yeah, Alcaraz, yeah, he said that he was going to withdraw 7 weeks ago. He was like, he hurt his wrist and that's why he lost Monte Carlo. No, none of that is true. I just made that all up. But can you imagine if I did that? It's crazy. You need to give me the interview so I can read it. I want to read this for myself. I want to quote it from his words. Not from your words, from his words. Send me the link. Stop quoting Vicharovsky. Send me his interview. Anyways, 30-15. 30-15. As Lee serves. Into the forward, Swiatek, return winner. 30-0. 30-0. All right, 30-0. As we return now from Swiatek to the backhand of Lee. Backhand of Swiatek. Goes wide and Lee gets a 40-30. 40-love Navone in the second. All right, 40-30 Lee to make Swiatek serve for the set. And it's 40-love Navone to get off to a better start in the second set. All right, serving to the backhand of Swiatek. 4-0 from Lee on the stretch, but Swiatek get it out. It's 5-2. Swiatek's going to serve for the second. Hey, look, it's one thing to be like, I heard that he said this, right? If you said, oh, I heard Vicharovsky said this, okay. But when you say like, oh yeah, I heard him, like he said this. It's like, bro, you better be right. That's a big statement. Like, you better send me that shit. Whereas if you're like, oh yeah, I heard the word on the street is that Vicharovsky said this, you're like, okay, well maybe you heard wrong, and because I haven't heard that. Please, please, please send information, so then we can clarify, and I can read the whole thing out on the stream because it's actually interesting information, but I need it to be sent to me so I can read it, and I'm not sitting here researching while I'm doing 2 matches at once. Not right now. Swiatek dominated tennis mainly by topspin, especially forehand, especially comparable to the men's game. Players learned to play it by taking time away from it. Topspin need time and rhythm. Yeah, but then she also went away from that game because she felt the need to be more aggressive, to compete with those big hitters. You read an article. Okay, send me the article. Easy. Just send me that article and we can go through it. Oh, Atman's cramping? No. I'll tell you, Zverev rather play on bare, though. Because on bare, on clay, is definitely a better for Zverev. All right. As a return from Navone goes in the front of Zverev. Navone backhand on the stretch. Zverev backhand up the line. Navone pass. Zverev volley in the net. Love 15. Why do I have a bad feeling about this second set for Zverev? The first set was too easy. The first set was too easy. All right. Swiatek serving for the second. FAA breaks. Ooh. Is FAA up a set and a break now? Nice. All right. Lee slice into the backhand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets it for a winner. 15-love. 15-love. And Swiatek serves again. $15-love. All right. First is a fault by Swiatek. Second serve. Serving to the front of Lee. Return goes back and Swiatek up the line is good. Lee hits it long and it's 30-love. 30-love. All right, Zverev in trouble here. 15-30. I knew it was too good to be true. 15-30. Zverev with a good serve, I think. Yep, 30-0. Swiatek flying up the line goes wide. 30-15. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Serving to the backhand of Lee is a let. As Zverev makes an error, 30-40. All right, first break point against Zverev for the day. As Swiatek hits a forehand wide, 30-0. What is going on? What is happening? 30-0. Everything was going fine. Everything was fine. 30-0. Return goes into the backhand. It's Zverev backhand out from Navone. Zverev backhand into the forehand. Navone. It's Zverev with the backhand again. Navone forehand inside in. That's a good shot. Zverev gets it. Navone forehand again. To the forehand is Zverev. Up the line and long. And Zverev gets broken. Navone 2-love in the second. Ugh. Right. As Lee hits that slice in the ground. Ouch. All right, 40-30. Swiatek. Set point to take the second. All right, Swiatek to take the second set. Serving to the backhand of Lee. Lee hits it long. We're going 3. 6-2 Swiatek in the second. All right. Is she looking better, Cam, or less energy? Who, Lee or Swiatek? Lee? I mean, Lee just making a lot of errors there. But Swiatek came back strong. All right. All right, 8 winners and 9 errors by Swiatek, 6 winners and 13 errors from Lee in that second set. Swiatek faced no break points at all in that second set. All right, love 30, by the way. Zverev a chance to get back the break. As Zverev hits it in the net, 15-30. By the way, I've just Googled Vidorovsky and Swiatek to try and find any sort of quote, and he has barely spoken about her since they split. He came out with a statement when they split. And then he talked about he's working with Osaka, so he has nothing to do with Swiatek at the moment. There's nothing saying anything about anything you've just said. He said, "I'm currently working with them Osaka, so I'm not automatically on the market for available names." Like, he hasn't said anything about Swiatek since they split. So come on now, don't say you read it somewhere. Don't say you probably just read it on Twitter and it's somebody just making up things. That's probably where you read it. Somebody on Twitter made it up and you read it. That's not an article. That's somebody's made up words. 30-40, Zverev to get back on serve. Atman told the official to get stuffed. Oh, really? Did he get a code violation? He can't stand up, Atman. Oh, that sucks. If he's cramping that bad, that sucks. All right, Zverev to get back on serve. There's a bit of forehand now to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand from Navone. Zverev goes up the line with the backhand, but he hits it long, and we get to deuce. All right. First game of the third. And the first point of the third goes to Lee. 15 love. He's got major cramps and he's cursing. He better not get code violation for swearing, because that's just bullshit. If he's legitimately in pain and he's swearing in pain, they better not give him code violation. That'd be brutal. Just kick the man while he's down. All right, 15 love. All right, as we get a winner from Lee, 30 love. It was an article. Radvanska was also mentioned. You have to send me the link because I can't find it anywhere. Or at least give me the headline of the article so then I can at least look for it myself, because I can't find it nowhere. 30 love. They split in 2024. By the way, advantage of One to get the 3 love in the second. All right. 30 love for Lee. She hits another good... No, it was a double fault. My bad. 30-15. All right, return goes into the forehand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev. Again to the forehand of Navone. Zverev with a forehand up the line in the net. And Navone's got a 3 love lead in the second. Why? All right. Zverev is in big trouble in the second set. All right, 30-all Swiatek, first game of the third. All right. Lee with a fault, second serve. Serve into the backhand of Swiatek, backhand from Lee into the net. And it's 30-40 Swiatek to break first game of the final set. Now we've got Sabalenka coming up in like 3 hours. As a return goes into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand of the stretch. To the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Lee. Into the forehand of Swiatek on the stretch. Goes wide this time. Great hitting from Lee. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right, advantage Swiatek, break point again to get the early break in the final set. As Lee with a good serve gets back to deuce. All right. Nice serve there from Lee. Advantage Lee. All right. 30 love here. Zverev, but he hits a lovely volley. Oh, he just missed it, though. He went for the pirouette volley, but he missed it. All right, 30-15 Zverev. All right, Lee holds 1-love in the third. He's reading articles by the analyst who spoke on what Vitrovsky possible thought would have been. Oh, well, can you send me that so I can read it? 1-love Lee. I still want to read it myself. All right. That man just hit the most insane return on one leg. God, poor guy. Is he winning, though? I mean, he's only 3 points away from winning, so yeah, he might retire if it goes to a third, but Zverev on the board, 3-1, Navone. Also, Caboli just started. Palini's about to start as well. So we'll see what's up. All right. Swiatek serving. Out wide of the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand in the net. Love 15. Oh, man. All right. Swiatek serves again. All right. Zverev with the drop shot. Navone gets it. Zverev hits the passing shot in the net. That's 15 love. All right. And Swiatek hits. Oh, wait. Swiatek didn't lose the first point. Maybe it was a let. All right. 15 love. Swiatek. 15 love. So from the backhand of Zverev, forehand from Navone to the forehand of Zverev as Navone puts away the forehand winner, 30 love. Thanks, Dutchy. All right, 30 love Navone. That's his first winner of the match, Navone. Crazy. All right, Swiatek 15. Oh! All right, that goes out by Zverev on the return. 40 love. As with a forehand, it's a forehand rally up the line from Swiatek's a winner. 30-15. All right, 30-15. All right, 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Navone, 40 love, trying to get to 4-1. Swiatek serves. A double fault. 30-all. Why are Argentinians good at clay? Because that's the main surface over there. South America have a lot of clay courts. All right. Swiatek 30-all. So that's why. As Swiatek serves again. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand. Into the forehand of Lee again. Swiatek slice on the stretch. Lee. Forehand again to the forehand of Swiatek. And Swiatek gets it wide. Lee's got a break point. 30-40. Swiatek, by the way, hands on knees. Swiatek looking a little tired out there. 30-40. Swiatek looking a little exhausted. That doesn't make any sense. Exhausted means really tired. A little really tired. 30-40. Navone's got a 4-1 lead, by the way. Swiatek serves. As the backhand return from Lee goes the backhand of Swiatek. Lee forehand. To the forehand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets a wide. Wow. Lee breaks. 2-love final set. Swiatek is saying, can I get the trainer? Okay. Swiatek's asked for the dock. And she is sitting down. Yeah, Swiatek is not looking good. She is looking all kinds of sick. Like fatigued. She almost looks like she's going to be sick. All right, trainer's going to come out on court for Swiatek to see what's up. But she looks all of a sudden just like zapped of energy. Just lost all her energy in the span of a couple games. It's not cramp. But she is looking... She just doesn't look good at all. I don't think it's a physical issue. I think it didn't look like she was like hurt her leg or anything. It looks like she just completely zapped of energy. I think it might be altitude more than humidity. I think it's more the altitude. And yeah, Swiatek, I think, saying that she's not feeling well. I mean, it has been a 2-hour match. It's been pretty physical. Uh, 4-1 for Navone in the second as Zverev serves into the forehand of Navone. Backhand to backhand as Zverev goes up the line to the forehand of Navone again. Zverev again to the forehand of Navone as Zverev hits a backhand into the backhand of Navone. Backhand to backhand. Zverev again to the backhand of Navone. Zverev with a forehand goes wide. It's love 15. Yeah, so they're checking Swiatek's... all of Swiatek's things. And they're checking her temperature. They're checking how she's just not feeling well. And it's kind of come out of nowhere. Like, she didn't look like this after the second set. She just sort of, in the last couple of games, has just been like, zapped. All right, so not a medical timeout yet. Love 30 here. Navone wants a double break. Zverev serves the forehand. Navone return goes to forehand. Zverev. Navone backhand. Up the line winner. Love 40. This is a weird scoreline for Zverev. Love 40. Nice. So Swiatek's getting a medical timeout. To try and make herself feel a bit better. Well, the docs are trying to make us feel better. All right, serve in the forehand Navone. Return goes to forehand Zverev. Navone, forehand. Again to the forehand Zverev, who shanks it. Navona's got a 5-1 lead. And he's going to serve for the second. What is this score? 6-1, 5-1. Oh, God. All right, so the trainers are just going through their bag of tricks, seeing what Swiatek might need to make herself feel better because she's feeling sick. All right, Navona serving for the second. In 57 minutes? Like, what a weird match. Backhand rally. Zverev's final set will be an hour and a half tiebreak. You know it's going to go to a tiebreak third set, probably 90 minutes and be an absolute drag, but that's fine. It'll take more than half the match to the last set. You know that. All right, Swiatek just taking some... God, that guy has a whole lot of different... Like, he has got a bag of tricks. Like, that guy, he had like a whole full-on like... There was like so many different supplements. That guy had the doctor had a whole suitcase full of stuff. Jeez. All right, Swiatek's back on court. It's 2-love lead with the break in the final set. Let's see if this helps Swiatek. All right, love 30s. Zverev to get back a break. That man's got match point. Damn. Oh, Swiatek mentioned that she was feeling sick in the first set. Well, I didn't hear that, but thank you for clarifying. Zverev is out 15-30. All right, 15 love here, Lee. Atman wins? Wow. Good for him. Swiatek gets it out, 30 love. As Navone serves a fault. So the winner is Zverev. Navone plays Atman, who may or may... Well, look, if he's cramping, he's got a couple of days to get better. Refuel. But I tell you, if you're Navone or Zverev, you know you're just going to try and drag that guy into deep waters. All right, Swiatek returned the forehand of Lee. Lee hits it long, 30-15. 15-40 here. Zverev a chance to get one of the breaks back. As the return goes up the line to the backhand, Zverev backhand from Navone, and Zverev again to the backhand of Navone. Zverev backhand again. Navone goes into the forehand, Zverev to the backhand of Navone. Zverev forehand cross court. Zverev gets his backhand now. There's Navone backhand to the slice of Zverev. Navone backhand again to the backhand of Zverev up the line. Navone forehand to the stretch. In the net. Zverev gets a break back. It's 5-2 Navone. All right, 30-all. Swiatek looking to get that break back. Great serve from Lee. Swiatek gets it back. Lee forehand winner. Too good. Beautiful serve. Sets it up. 40-30. All right, 40-30 lead to go to 3-love. As a return, goes into the forehand of Lee. Forehand from Swiatek in the net. God, that was a tied forehand. All right, Lee, 3-love, final set. Swiatek is just looking a little very out of sorts. Just got that, that stare where you're just kind of like, probably like I will be after the Sabalenka match. Just All right. Zverev breaks back, but he's still down 5-2. Humbert with a cold handshake? Oh, that's just, come on. Come on. You can't be given a frosty handshake and get pissy at somebody who fights through cramp to win. Like, you should be angry at yourself, but you shouldn't be angry at also their countrymen, so that's weird that they'd be angry at each other. But then again, just because they're from the same country doesn't mean they're friends. But, yeah, I mean, if Humbert's pissed off at himself, that's fine, but you can't be giving a cold handshake to your opponent. It's not Ant-Man wasn't faking it or anything, so... You got to at least be like, look, too good. Somebody cramps and gets the win. That's crazy. All right. Zverev with a lovely forehand winner, 15-love. But look, maybe he's just upset with himself, so the handshake looked frosty. He's probably just mad at himself. And he should be. Anybody who loses to somebody who's incapacitated is going to get angry at themselves for not taking the opportunity, you know? All right. 3-love Lee and love 15. Swiatek really needs to get this game and hope the medication that she took kicks in quick, because she's looking all sorts of low on energy. She needs it to start working now. Love 15. Swiatek serves a let. Swiatek serves into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand to the forehand of Lee again. Swiatek forehand into the forehand of Lee up the line from Lee is a winner, and Swiatek doesn't even move. She just watched it go by. Oh, Swiatek's retiring! No way, is she? Is Swiatek calling it? No chance. Oh my God! Swiatek retired! Swiatek retired. Wow. Swiatek retires. Jeez. I mean, she must have been feeling like absolute garbage. Swiatek's out. Now, the good thing for Swiatek is that she's not injured. She's just not feeling well. So that means she will be better for Rome. She's not going to be, she's not injured. It's not like Alcaraz, right? It's not like anybody who's got like a serious injury. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is she's out of this tournament, and now Zverev holds, by the way, 5-3. Yeah, now, I mean, Fernandez versus Lee. But that's crazy. I mean, she must have been feeling real bad. I mean, Swiatek doesn't retire. Let's just get that out there right now. So, for anybody who's going to be like trashing Swiatek for retiring, she does not retire. She does not pull out of tournaments. Or at least doesn't pull out of matches. So, it's got to be bad. This is only the third time she's retired from a match. Mid-match. In her whole career. Third time. Rome, when she had to pull out against Raducanu because she got injured. And also back in 2018. So this is the third time in her career that she's retired mid-match. So it's bad. So anybody coming in and trashing Swiatek, mind your manners. Get your facts straight. She doesn't retire. So you know it must be serious if she's retiring. Or at least she feels like something, like it's not safe to continue. But Lee wins, and she's going to play Fernandez. That blows that part of the draw wide open now. So now it's Bencic. What is it? No. It's Andreeva, Bondare, Fernandez, Lee. So Andreeva's got the semi-final up for grabs. Sabalenka's draw is not easy. She's got Bencic, Paolini, Osaka potentially. But yeah, Andreeva's path gets a little bit easier. I mean, she didn't have to play Svitolina. She plays her third Hungarian in a row. Bondare that's crazy. 3 Hungarians in a row for Andreeva. But yeah, Lee plays Fernandez to make the quarterfinals. But yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what Swiatek has to say. What the because remember Chile's got food poisoning pulled out yesterday. Is it something to do with that? Is it food poisoning? Is it, is there something going around? Like we'll hopefully find out. But yeah, Swiatek is out. 3rd time ever retiring from a match. Crazy. But the good thing, like I said, is that she's not injured. So it's not an injury retirement, it's an illness retirement. She's feeling sick, or she's not feeling well. As that goes out by Zverev, 40-30. Now Zverev's got his hands on his knees. He's looking all kinds of stuffed up too. All right, 40-30. Keys put out due to illness as well. I mean, yeah. But that is a surprise. I mean, like I said, Swiatek doesn't retire matches. So that is huge. Serving to the back end of Zverev. Zverev in the net, we're going 3. All right, Navone getting the crowd pumped up. Zverev's in a dogfight. All right, we're going to merge the streams. But man, that is crazy. That is a shock. Swiatek out via retirement. But jump on over here if you want to keep watching Zverev. Yeah, that is disappointing. Remember last year in Madrid, a lot of players got sick. Was that last year that everybody got sick? I can't remember. Navone 7.6 to a 7.4 for Zverev. Zverev's level dropped that second set. But yeah, Lee wins via retirement. Swiatek out. She'll go to Rome and play that in a couple weeks. She's done really well in Rome in the past, so she hopefully will be feeling better after a week or so's rest. And then go play in Rome and try and win that tournament ahead of the French Open, where she's trying to come back and capture that title. But Lee plays Fernandez, 4th round. Man, what a shock.